Hey guys, and welcome to my class. And I hope you feel good, and I hope you're feeling fine today. But I'm bringing you a class today all about mood boosting, so it's going to re-energize you, it's going to uplift you, and it's going to make you feel really good. So it's quite a dynamic class, and you shouldn't need any props. You should just be able to lay your mat and start practicing. So whenever you're ready, jump on the mat and meet me there. So we're going to start today's class at the top of our mat, standing there. If you need more access, you can stand in the middle of your mat, and that just makes reaching the floor a bit easier. But otherwise, take the feet, bring them together, hip distance, however you feel more stable. Bring the hands out to the side. Inhale there, take a breath. Exhale, side all out. Enjoy a couple of cleansing breaths here in your mountain Tadasana. Taking one more here, just settling in. And then blinking the eyes open. Let's inhale, take the arms over your head. Palms can face or touch. Exhale, forward fold, bring it down. Bend the knees if you need to, reach towards the ground. Inhale, find your flat back and lift up, hold on to the shins for space. Exhale, take it forward, fold in. This time holding on to opposite elbows. Bringing yourself into a ragdoll position. Bend your knees generously if you need. Relieve those hamstrings. Take a moment here just to shift your weight into your toes. Lengthen along the spine. Release your shoulders. Release your neck. And then very slowly, we'll take the arms and round ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, take the arms up over the head. Exhale, four, bring the arms down. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, one more round. Inhale, find your flat back, lift up. Exhale, ragdoll. Let's take the arms down, hold on to opposite elbows. Option to modify if you want, hold behind the legs. Just grabbing hold of your opposite wrist. Let the shoulders disengage, shifting your weight into your toes. Nice even weight distribution between your feet, between your heels, your toes. Take one more breath. And then inhale, slowly round yourself up all the way to stand. Take the arms up over the head. Exhale, bring the hands down. This time, separate your feet hip distance if you need. If they've come together, take them a little wider if you want. Inhale, take the arms up over the head. This time, interlace the fingers. Point your index fingers to the ceiling. Exhale, leaning over to the left and the right. Inhale over through the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale over through the center. And then exhale, forward fold. Swan dive down. Inhale, come into your flat back. Surya Namaskar A. As we exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back into a plank. On the toes or on the knees. First modification. Inhale there. Tuck your tailbone, exhale, chaturanga, send it down, bend the elbows. Inhale, roll the shoulders, release the feet, and let yourself lift. Exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, If you need to drop your knees down, bring your big toes at all. Child pose can be there. Just listen to your body. Where your space is today, don't go pushing yourself. We're going to do a few inversions today to boost our mood. They're really good for making you feel a bit better in yourself, really uplifted. So from here, let's take the gaze forward, step the feet to the front of your mat, behind your hands, so about mat width apart. Inhale to find a nice flat back. Hold your shins if you need. Exhale, forward fold in this slightly wider forward fold. And then we're going to inhale, lift slightly. Then as we exhale, first variation, Malasana, is to bend your knees into a squat, engage in your quads, sink in your hips. Then inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take it into that flatter back. And then exhale, maybe sink the hips, going a little bit deeper. Full Malasana, hips go all the way down. Inhale, let's take the hips up. Exhale, forward fold. Last one, inhale, flat back. Exhale, sink your hips, point your toes out if you need. And then this time we'll hold wherever you are. If you're in full Malasana, bring the biceps, the triceps over to the knees, hands into the heart. Hold one more breath here. Then taking the hands back down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, take it all the way up through the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down. Return the feet back to your neutral Tadasana. Enjoy your breath there. Just pausing, let the hands face forwards. And then from here, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, sit back into the heels, little squat, lift the hips, the arms up. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, find your flat back and lift up. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank. Inhale there, knees down if you need. Exhale, Chaturanga, send it down. Inhale, Cobra. Mini lift, full lift up to you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips back and up. Pausing here, 5 breaths. Optional child pose. And while we rest here, actively push into the arms, into the hands, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And then if you need a bend in your knee, you can to get that lift of the hips. Take one more breath. And then we're going to take the right foot forwards. We'll bring it behind the right wrist for a first modification. If you know full warrior, take it between your hands. Spin the left heel down, and then inhale, sweep the arms up, face the torso forwards. Beautiful. Lengthen through the torso. Bend into that front knee and stack it over your heel. Take one more breath here, warrior one. And then exhale, take your hands down, step back into your plank. Inhaling there. Exhale, Chaturanga, knees down if you need. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. And then we'll get onto the other side. Full variation if you can. Bring the left foot forwards between the hands. Spin the right heel down. Inhale, sweep it up. Strong through your legs. Squeeze in the quads, your glutes, pressing the feet into the ground wherever you are. And then exhale, take your hands down and step back, find plank. Inhaling there wherever you are. Exhale, chaturanga, send it down. Inhale, cobra, lift it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing there. And just taking a moment, a breather. Shake out the head, nod the head. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to bend our knees really generously and work the top of our head down towards the mat, the belly, the lungs, the chest, towards the thighs, giving our shoulders a nice stretch, giving our heart a really good opening here. And then wherever you are, neutralize your downward dog. And then shift the gaze forwards and step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale to find your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into your knees. Inhale, chair pose, lift up. Exhale, bring it all the way back to stand. Finding that Tadasana. Soften your gaze. Close your eyes. Ground into the feet. Drop the shoulders with your exhale. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take a step out to the side. A nice wide step. Getting ourselves ready for some wide leg forward folds. So bringing the feet parallel with the ends of your mat. And then inhale, let's lift the chest. Lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. First, bringing the hands down to the ground. If you need blocks, you can take some. If you need a bend in your knee, you can curl the heels in a little bit and soften your knees, that's okay. But wherever you are, let's inhale, try to flatten out our back, curling the tailbone up, drawing the belly button in. And then exhale, forward fold completely into that space, getting into our thighs, getting into our hamstrings, strengthening your ankles, your feet. And maybe instead of favoring the weight in the heels, you shift it a little bit more forwards into the toes, finding a little bit more depth wherever you are. Taking one more breath here. And then inhale, bring it all the way back to that flat back. Now take a book or a block or anything under your hands if you need to here. We're going to take the right hand down onto the floor, right underneath the face. And then on your inhale, we're going to sweep the left arm up. Let the hips shift a little bit. And then as we exhale, take it down, swap the left over with the right. And then inhale, sweep the right hand up, twisting it out. And then exhale, take it down. And inhale, sweep it up, opposite side. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, take it down. Can we do one more here? Inhale, sweep it up. And one more opposite side. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, sweep it up. Beautiful. And then from here, bringing it down. Inhale there. Finding your neutral spine. And we're going to point the right toes forwards a little bit here. And we're going to bend into that right leg, into your knee. Sinking your hips a little bit. Keeping that left leg nice and straight. Side lunge. Stretching out our inner thigh. Option to go full Skandasana. If you can sink your hips all the way down. Coming onto your left heel. Taking one more breath here. And then as we exhale, we'll slowly lift it back up. Shift it over to the left leg. Straightening out that right leg. Hold in there, first variation. Take a breath, inhale. Full Skandasana if you can. Sinking the hips all the way down. Keeping your chest open, keeping your legs open. Taking one more breath here. And then exhale, shift it back up through the center. Inhale, flatten out your back. And then exhale, bring the hands over to the front of your mat. Step back into a plank. Inhale there. Exhale, chaturanga, lower it down through our salutation. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here. Taking a breath. And then from here, let's take the knees down, nice and wide. Bring the big toes together. Pause, sinking those hips down. Now I'm enjoying a rounding of your back here as we find ourselves in a child pose, working the forehead down onto the ground. Option to stack your hands if your forehead doesn't quite get to the floor. And you can just rest it there on your hands instead. But wherever you are, just deepen your breath. Exhale it out completely. Taking one more breath here in our child pose, just giving ourselves that rest for a moment. And then wherever you are, we'll inhale slowly. Come onto the hands and we'll take the heels out to one side, work our way into a seat. Bringing the legs long in front. Wiggle out your hips if you need to. You can separate the feet if that feels more comfortable and more accessible for you. And then just wiggling those hips, and as you do, leaning yourself forwards to engage that neutral, tall spine. Wherever you are, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, reach forwards, grabbing a hold of your feet, your ankles, under your calf muscles if you need. And if you want to have no grip whatsoever, the hands can just come down either side. While you rest here, take a deep breath into the chest, draw your belly button in. And then exhale, engage your core, deepening your forward fold, going down. Try not to use all your strength in your arms to bring you down into that forward fold. Just a little bit to support yourself, but you shouldn't be relying completely on your arms and your shoulders to get you down here. Stretching out your legs, your hamstrings, feeling that stretch here. Taking one more breath. And then inhale, take it all the way back through seat. Then we're going to take our hands behind us, a little bit of distance away from our sit bones, not too far though. Fingers point forwards towards the heels, and then place the feet onto the ground. Rolling our shoulders back. First variation, if you have any wrist sensitivity, then just stay here, hips on the floor, and just open the heart, maybe open the gaze and the mouth to the ceiling. And then if you want to go all the way, full reverse tabletop here, we're going to plant into the feet. Inhale there and exhale, lift the hips up high and let the gaze go all the way back if it feels comfortable. Stretching out our shoulders, our heart, our belly. Taking one more breath here. And then exhale, lower the hips down. And bringing yourself forwards into that butterfly pose. Taking the feet out, feet together, knees out to the side. Taking a breath here as we sit tall. And then as we exhale, draw your belly button in, round into the spine slowly. working yourself into that seated forward fold, opening our hips, opening our hip flexors, maybe feeling this around the outer hip, into your glutes. We just rest here, slow our breath, calm ourselves down. We just take 1 or 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then on your next inhale, we'll very slowly lift it all the way up. We're going to try a variant of a deer pose now, just to cool things down. So taking your left leg out to the side, and you want to aim for a 90 degrees with your legs, and take all that weight first onto your right hip. And then if you can, sink your left glute down a little bit, then take that. For some, just working our torso, facing over this right shin is enough. If you need to modify, you can take the heel in towards the groin a little bit more. But wherever you are, we'll take an inhale first to lengthen our spine, draw the belly in as we exhale, forward fold. Either staying on hands, bringing elbows down, or option to bring your head all the way down, splay the elbows out. Feeling this going on that right hip. Maybe feeling it a little bit in your left hip flexor with that external opening and rotation of our hip. Take 1 more breath wherever you are. And then inhale, bring it all the way back through the center. Bringing the left foot back to meet the right, to inhale and neutralize your hips. And then as we exhale, let's send that right knee out to the side. Turn ourselves over that left shin. Give yourself a wiggle around if you need. Inhale, exhale. Hands come forwards. First variation. Second variation, elbows come down. Third variation, splay the elbows out to a diamond shape, work the forehead down to the ground, giving yourself stability here with your arms, as you will feel an urge to fall over to the side, but you want to try and resist that by keeping your body locked on, strong, but still nimble. Taking 1 more breath here. Releasing your hip with each exhale. And then inhale, take it all the way back through the center. Returning yourself to that full butterfly here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, little forward fold. 1 more breath, giving those hips a last little bit of attention. And then inhale, take it all the way through the center. And we'll roll down onto our backs. Take the knees in. And slowly lower down 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping your head on the mat. Drawing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Cross the ankles, leave them free, it's up to you. Massaging out your lower back, maybe taking some little circles with your knees. And switching direction. And then we'll extend our left arm out to the side, in line with the shoulder, or if you've got tight shoulders, a little bit lower. Inhale there wherever you are though, and then as we exhale, we're going to roll over onto the right hip. Let the knees go with, and just let the knees fall wherever they feel comfy. And the right hand can stay there on the outer thigh, just to give yourself a little bit of extra grounding and support. But wherever you are, you want to try and keep that left shoulder grounded. The gaze can be up to the ceiling or over towards your left thumb. Just taking a moment here, stretching our back out, giving it a nice twist. Breathing into your left shoulder. And then shift the gaze up to the ceiling. Inhale back to the knees. Come into the chest, giving yourself that hug. Inhale in there. And then exhale other side. Right arm comes out. Knees fall over to the left. Giving yourself that full spinal twist. Relaxing your shoulders. And your breath. Be mindful your breath will be shorter. That's okay. As long as it's still controlled. Exhale it out through the mouth if you need. And then shifting the gaze up to the ceiling. Inhale, take it all the way back through the center. Knees, give them a nice little hug. Maybe this time drawing the head up to your knees, giving yourself a wind release pose. Inhale there. Exhale, tighten it up. And then slowly bringing the feet down about hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders in. Bring the hands out to the side, palms on the ground. Inhale there. Exhale as we lift our hips, press into the feet. Little bridge pose here, gazing down to your belly. Take a deep inhale there into your belly, breathe it in. And then on your exhale, release it completely and lower down one vertebrae at a time. Now if anyone at home has any lower back sensitivity, stay in here and angling your heels out to the side. Let your knees come in towards each other. Give your shoulders a little tuck under, hands out to the side. Protecting your lower back, it'll keep it a little bit more neutral. If you're going full Savasana with me tonight or today, wherever you are, whenever you're practicing, take the legs out nice and long, extending them a little bit wider than hip distance. Again, tucking the shoulders under, neutralizing your head, your arms, just give everything a little wiggle, get it nice and neutral. And then take a deep inhale into the belly, the chest. Exhale it out completely. Letting your breath return to a natural and a comfortable rhythm. We'll just rest here for a couple of minutes in our Savasana, giving ourselves and our bodies a chance to rest. Observing with each exhale, the surrendering of your body, letting it go. Letting all the muscles release. Letting all of your body soften down into the ground, the earth, wherever you have chosen to practice. Distancing yourselves from all the external factors and just being here with yourself in your body. Just taking one or two more breaths here. And then taking a deep breath in, fill the belly, fill the lungs, the chest. Big audible sigh out through your mouth, release. Start to twitch your fingers on your toes. Maybe extend the arms long over your head and give yourself that full body stretch. All the way from your toes to your fingers. And then planting your feet. Taking the invite to draw the knees into your chest and give yourself a full body hug. Inhaling there. And then whenever you're ready, you can take an exhale and just roll over onto your side, finding a fetal position wherever you are. Giving your head a little cushion, hugging your body. And then whenever you're ready, you can slowly make your way back into a comfortable seat. Bringing the hands down onto the lap or the knees. And taking a breath or two here just for yourself. And then we'll bring our hands into the heart center. Take a deep inhale wherever you are. And exhale, bow your head down to your heart, whispering namaste to yourself. Namaste everyone, and thank you for practicing. I hope you feel really good, and I hope you feel a bit more refreshed and lifted in your mood if you've been a bit low, a bit stagnant. So that was the purpose of this class, just to help lift any kind of low moods. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time.